All right, we are finally live. Hello there. I am Natasha Tony, content marketing consultant and strategist. I just want to make sure I am going live over on Instagram. Give me a second. I'm trying to go live both on Instagram and on YouTube, but none of that is working. Okay. Well, I guess I am live here. So I am Natasha Tony, content marketing strategist and consultant. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about how to deliver your value. What does that even mean? What does that look like? And things of that sort. But before we get into it, I just want to introduce myself. I am Natasha Tony, content marketing strategist and consultant. My work centers around helping women solopreneurs really package their expertise and position their expertise in this online space to create impact in their business. And so I specifically help them develop their messaging, craft their marketing, and also design their methodology, like their specific method that they're going to use to work with their clients and or their ideal community so that they can create impact, real impact. I help them to stop focusing so much solely on growing their influence and really start focusing on making a impact in their business or their passion project of some sort. So, delivering your value is something that is really important. It is something that actually came across in my DMs over on Instagram not too long ago. So, I felt inspired to do this video on how to actually deliver your value. And so, when we talk about value, you have to understand that, let me step back and let me actually break down story. So, for a very long time, I was really quite unsure on understanding the what my impact was or what it could be. My start here in this online space was through YouTube videos, content marketing, the YouTube videos, and blogging. And so at the time, I took what was a personal experience of mine and I documented it via YouTube because at the time that was the thing. This was 2011. At the time, I was watching YouTube videos heavily myself. I was in college, so I was finding myself in this space like, hey, well, I might as well start a YouTube channel myself. I decided on what the topic or the niche of that YouTube channel was going to be. It was actually going to be my personal experience that I was going through at the time. And I decided to document that journey. And so, with upon me documenting that journey, it eventually turned into I recognized the impact that documenting my journey had because I was sharing my videos on my personal Facebook page. I was having family and friends watch my videos, and I also transitioned into creating blog content to go along with my video content. And I didn't really see the impact of what I was doing at first until I started getting more questions about, hey, how do you, what, products do you like use in your natural hair? Oh, hey, I'm transitioning into natural hair. Or, I was told that this product doesn't work for Black girls in their hair. Is this true? I'm getting questions asked as if I was this expert of some sort, but that was really, really just key indicators that I was delivering value to people in a specific way to help them in whatever their specific situation was. And so those were clear early on indicators that whatever I was doing was offering value of some sort and that I can continuously repeat that over and over and over again. And so fast forward to today and delivering value clearly looks different for me. I'm no longer doing what I did before when I first got started. And now here I am consulting other women, specifically women solopreneurs who are struggling and or frustrated because people are not seeing their value. These women, the women that I work with, have years of expertise, whether it's professionally, whether it is through just personal experience, and they're not seeing how to really the intersection between like their personal experience, their professional education, and the value that they can provide. And so they're not clear on their message. Their marketing really is random. They're creating random pieces of content. None of the content is actually flowing together. None of the content actually speaks to the value and the impact that they can have. And they don't have any clear method on how not only are they going to deliver their value, but any clear method on how to produce results, outcomes from what it is that they do, their expertise. And so that's where I come in to help them gain clarity around that, because when they're able to do that, they're able to thrive as the solopreneurs that they are. They're able to, bask in the impact. In their impact, they're able to really transform their business for the better. And so they're feeling like, they can continue pursuing their God-given mission, like what they're called to do. Certainly feel that God is calling them, but they're not sure on what that looks like, how to carry that out. So that is a quick story of mine. But when it comes to delivering impact for you, or just delivering impact overall, again, I got this question in a DM, and that is leading me to be here talking to you tonight about how to deliver your value. And so a common struggle that solopreneurs face is really, how do I get people to see my value? I posted to my Instagram maybe about a week, 2 weeks ago, around like a lot of times, especially starting out in whatever the venture, the business idea, whatever you're trying to do, we typically, or the brand that you're trying to build, we typically try to make people get us. Like, we want people to get us. We want people to get why we're doing this, why we're passionate, why we do the work that we like. We want people to get it. And so we spend a lot of time convincing in our content, or just in our presence overall. We spend a lot of time trying to, teach people on why we're so passionate about something. Even the conversations, real life conversations that I have with other women, entrepreneurs or solo entrepreneurs, a lot of times the approach is, I need the women in my community to get this, to understand this. And it's like, the way that you get them to understand that is to paint the picture in which that it is important and relevant to them. And that's where I'm driving home when we talk about delivering value. What is for you, like, the amount of education that you have, the amount of personal experience that you have within this particular area, and it's like, you are the expert at the end of the day. You are the voice of value at the end of the day. Other people don't have to get you, get get it, or understand like why you're passionate about what you do. What you have to do is present your knowledge, your expertise in a way that allows people to see the importance of it for them and for their situation. And so delivering value, it has a lot to do with how you package what you know how to do, and place it in front of the people that you're looking to serve or looking to help and support. So no, people won't get you because they don't care why you're doing what you're doing. That is for you. They want to know, what is it that you can do for them. They want to know, they're looking for your expertise, but they don't know how to apply it to their situation. That's where you come into play. And so if you're spending more time trying to get people to understand why you do what you do, versus positioning it and or presenting your expertise in a way to say, hey, what I know can help you, and here's how, you will be, if you're spending more time trying to get people to get you and less on how to present your expertise, right, you're not going to create the impact. You won't see the transformation that you're looking to see in your business, right? You will find yourself constantly frustrated because people are not moving the way that you want them to move, right? They're not acting on what you want them to act on, whether it be joining your community, even clicking the link in your bio. They are not going to do those things because you have not presented yourself in a way that made them want to take action in any form of way, that made them want to move, that moved them, that made them think differently, that made them feel differently, right? You did not deliver anything of value to to them. All you did was vent on why people are not seeing your value. And so a common struggle that solopreneurs face, again, is that whole, I want you to get me. Get me, get me, get me. You got to get why. You got to understand this. And, you're trying to drill home and drive home something that is totally irrelevant to the people that you're trying to serve. You have to take a step back and say, okay, how do I take what I know how to do, and break it down in a way, or package it in a way, and to present it to the people that I want to serve. At the end of your day, your value, your gifts, your skill sets, they are gifts, right? God gave them to you because they were gifts. He didn't give them to you so that you can just enjoy them yourself. He gave them to you because they are gifts to be given out as presents to the rest of the world. So, no, people are not going to get why you know how to do X, Y, and Z. They're not going to get why you have this experience. They have their own gifts. They have their own expertise, their own experience. It's just that when it comes to this particular area, this particular situation, circumstance, they don't have the expertise. You do. They're looking for that. You have it. They just need you to apply what you know to their situation, right? And so when you understand that it's how you gift people what you know and know how to do, you will stop trying to ask yourself, well, how do I, get people to, let's say, buy this ebook of mine, right? I've had people buy a $7 ebook that I was selling. I've had people buy a $67 ebook bundle that I was selling. So let's say let's use the simple example of something that you're selling, something that you're offering, right? So as a solopreneur, you offer something, some type of service, some type of product of some sort, right? You want to deliver your value meaning your expertise, your skill set, your overall experience that relates to what you do. You want to deliver this to whomever you're trying to serve. You have to package it in a way that looks presentable at the end of the day. You have to package it in a way that makes people say, hey, this is exactly what I want, even if they don't know that is what they need. This is exactly what I want, but lo and behold, it's actually what they need, right? So packaging your expertise looks like, one, knowing exactly where your strengths are, because if you are not aware on what you're actually great or good at, you will pretty much package the wrong thing, thinking that that's the thing that people actually want, when really it's something else. So, for example, I thrive in like presenting, like presentation style like this, where I'm presenting either via slide deck, like I'm in a form of teaching, right? So recognizing that I have background in that, recognizing that I'm able to gauge an audience, keep their attention, things of that sort, present information to them in the most simplest, digestible, understandable, comprehensive way. So recognizing that, in my mind, I'm saying, hey, if I know that this is a strength of mine, being able to break down information, being able to present that information in a compelling way to the people that I want to serve, whether I am doing a webinar or workshop or some sort, right? Those are likely ideal ways in which I'm going to deliver my value in my business, right? So it's not that, people don't join webinars and people don't sign up for workshops and people don't buy ebooks. They do. It's just, is that a format that properly displays your expertise? If it is not, or if you have not packaged it well enough within that vessel, that form, right, people are not going to see the value in it, right? So if you are not sure on what your strengths are, where they lie, and how they can be amplified in your business through what you offer, through how you connect and engage with your audience, right? That's going to be one way where you're going to fall short on delivering your value, right? Maybe you packaged something of what you do into let's say an ebook, right? Let's say like um, a digital download, right? And maybe the way that you packaged it just really did not it maybe the ebook wasn't the proper format for you to deliver it in, right? Maybe it had to be in a workshop, excuse me, or it needed to be a webinar of some sort, or hell, it needed to be an actual session with the person, right? So, you looked at that and you're saying, hey, this ebook really is not going to showcase my value in a way where it moves people, right? It's just going to be noise. It's just going to be just stuff, right? So you want to look at that to say, hey, where do my strengths lie, and how do I amplify those strengths, right, in my business? So if I'm great at presenting, great at producing, content in a compelling way to get people to understand concepts and frameworks and information that is ideally, foreign to them, right? What are the ways in which I could do that in the most meaningful way that will deliver my value, right? So knowing where your strengths are. Another way in which you want to keep in mind with delivering your value is really knowing what this has to do with your capacity. So when we talk about delivering value, we talk about you're packaging it up and that you're positioning it and putting it out into the world, right? A lot has to do with also your capacity. And I am specifically talking about if you are trying to work with people, let's say in a one-on-one space, right? There's only but so many hours in the day that you can do that, right? So do you have the capacity, and or what does working one-on-one with your ideal clients look like, where you can help them solve a specific problem in a specific time frame? Thus, you are delivering as much value as you can within that space, right? So I think about, yeah, again, if you're offering calls, sessions with people, right? They're able to work directly with you. How are you packaging up those sessions, that service of yours, right? If it's a one-on-one format, what is the time frame that you're working with people, and what are you specifically working with them on? Because what you don't want to do and run into is trying to say that you offer this and you do this and you're able to help people accomplish that, right? Promising all of these things, but you don't have the capacity to actually deliver on them. So it doesn't really diminish your value, but it does aid in diminishing your credibility, diminishing the trust. So people are not seeing you as what they thought would be valuable, right, to them. So, because you have not really literally packaged like the time it would take for you to work with that person, to the specific areas that you're working with them on, and the time frame that they will receive some level of a result. Now, granted, keep in mind you can't guarantee anything, honestly, in life, but are you packaging what you actually offer in a way that people can come and get something of value that they can apply to their situation, right? So you definitely want to look at that as well. Like, look at how you're literally packaging the services that you'll offer, and does it give you the capacity to work at the highest level that you can work at with the people that you want to work with. And so I have spent time working with a woman solopreneur recently and helping her repackage what she offers, really helping her drill down on like what her message is around what she does, the work that she does, and the value that she can provide, and really honing in on like what does that time look like with the client that you're going to serve. Like, what are you going to be? What's step A, B, C, D, whatever that is, right? That you're going to be working with that client, because there's nothing like, again, making so many promises and hey, I'm able to help you do this, and I'm able to help you accomplish X, Y, and Z, but you literally cannot physically do, like, you literally cannot deliver on that because you don't have the capacity to do that. So you have to keep in mind, like, what is your capacity? What can you realistically provide people in a specific time frame, time slot, whatever, right? So I want to wrap things up with really providing you 3 questions to ask yourself when you're like, hey, I'm struggling on delivering my value. Like, I don't know what that looks like. I really can't take, I don't know what that will look like or how that will show up in my business, right? Like, what are some questions that you can ask yourself to really help you drill in on how to deliver your value? So the first question that you want to ask yourself is, how do I want my work to help the people that I serve in my business? So this question really is about, like, what ultimately are you looking to achieve through working with people that you work with, right? So let's say you show up, whether it's an ebook, whether, like, whatever it is that you offer, what ultimately do you want your work, or what the value that you provide, what do you want that to do for other people, right? Like, how do I want my work to help other people, right? So what are some ways in which you want your work, what you do, to help other people, right? So as I think about working with the clients that I work with, a big part is about achieving clarity in their impact, like helping them achieve clarity around how and what they want their impact to be. They have this business idea, but they don't know how to turn it into actual impact, right? It's also really helping them carve a lane for themselves, because I'm helping them. Excuse me. Because I'm helping my clients, really drill in on their messaging, so they're providing their own unique perspective, approaches, outlooks to the work that they do. They have their specific frameworks that they use. Their marketing will, because of that, their marketing will look different, right? It won't look or sound the same because it's really built into the outcomes that they're trying to provide, right? So they carve a lane for themselves. So those are some of the ways that my work helps the women solopreneurs that I work with, right? Helps them achieve clarity and helps them carve out a lane for themselves, right? So that's the first question. How do I want my work to help the people that I serve in my business? The next question is, what are the ideal steps for me to take to achieve those results? Or what will be the ideal steps for my clients to take to achieve those results, right? So this is when we talk about, well, let's say you wanted to help your clients accomplish a specific goal, maybe by a specific time frame, whatever, right? Um, what are those ideal steps? Right? What are those ideal steps that they need to take? Now, this question will actually help you in literally packaging your value, like actually building it into something to deliver to your audience. So, what are the ideal steps for you to take, or for your ideal clients, customers, community to take to achieve those results? What are those specific steps, specific milestones that they need to reach, right? So when we think about things like this should not be like an ever lasting list of, or ever growing list of to-dos. This should be clear, specific, focused steps that your clients, customers, ideal community members need to take to be on track to reach the result, or just simply, hit the target altogether. What are those clear, specific steps that they need to take? And then the last question is, when you talk about how to deliver your value, really turn the question back on to, or look at it from an inside out approach, is, what has this process been like for me? it is the hope that whatever you are helping people do, you have done in some way, shape, or form for yourself, for someone else, whether free or paid, or you have been in the space where you have seen it done, you've been around it, you've aided in some way, shape, or form to the type of work that you do. So, what has this process been like for you? When I think about, again, what I shared in the beginning, my story around not really seeing and clear indicators that I was making an impact and delivering my value, just by sharing my personal experience on YouTube and Facebook and through my blogs, right? That right there helps aid in me helping other women deliver their value, right? So now I have, something to draw from, like, hey, sharing your personal story, talking about your personal experience, talking about what this process has looked like for you, helps in you messaging to the ideal community, clients and customers that you serve, on how they need to approach their situation, or overcome their circumstance or anything of that sort. So, those three questions: how do I work to help the people that I serve? What are the ideal steps that they will take to achieve results? Um, or achieve those results? And what has this process been like for me can truly help you in figuring out how to really package and deliver your value. So I truly hope that this video helped you. If it did, and if you are a solopreneur who finds themselves really unsure how to package your experience and know-how into marketing content that attracts, aligns, and serves your ideal community, I highly recommend that you download my free ebook, the Solopreneur Playbook, that will give you the step-by-step approach to literally transforming your business and elevating your impact all through your marketing content. So you can click the link in my bio to download that Solopreneur Playbook. Now, if you are a service provider, right? So you're a solo entrepreneur, but you are a service provider, but yet you are struggling to communicate a strong, unique message in your content. You, in fact, are fumbling with your marketing content overall. It has become a task, a chore for you, and you really need to elevate the work that you do with your clients, and you need a really defined approach to how you create results for your clients. I highly recommend that you schedule a 30-minute consultation with me. I want to talk with you and really get to understand where you're at in this current season of business as a solopreneur, and I can pretty much provide you some clear direction to take to really alleviate those issues so that you can start creating real impact in your business. So you can click the link in my bio to schedule a 30-minute consultation with me so we can talk over what those gaps are specifically that you need filled within your strategy. So again, my name is Natasha Tony, content marketing strategist and consultant, Christian entrepreneur, and this is NTC TV. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. If you've seen my videos and seen my face before, still make sure that you subscribe so that you're not missing out on any new video content. Have a good one.